Sorry just isn't enough. A Detroit judge throws the book at a teenager who admitted to killing a World War II veteran in cold blood. George Stewart was just 17 years old when he killed 91-year-old Paul Monchnick inside his Detroit home.
And it was decided today for that cold-blooded killing, he will be at least 47 years old before he sees freedom again. Our Lauren Podell was in the courtroom for what turned out to be a very emotionally charged sentencing.
George Stewart was 17 years old when he beat and set fire to a 91-year-old man, his next-door neighbor, a World War II veteran. And now this teenager could be 78 years old by the time he's out of prison.
No one should be able to leave this world like that. And I understand that Mr. Munchkin was a good man, and he deserved to die like he did.
And a brutal death it was. 91-year-old Paul Monchnick was beaten to death, then set on fire in his own home at the hands of George Stewart last November, a day the victim's son can never erase from his memory.
The terrible, sickening feeling I get thinking that my dad's last hour on earth was filled with horror and pain, worse than anything he went through in the war.
Stewart pled guilty to second-degree murder and today was sentenced 30 to 60 years in prison. Stewart's sister says her brother is not a monster.
My brother have never been in any trouble in his life. Never.
You might remember Local 4 actually interviewed the then 17-year-old who lived next door to Monchnick the morning his body was found.
And I just seen the person driving off with his car. Next thing you know, 2 minutes later, I walk in the house and we smell fire.
But evidence and surveillance footage of Stewart filling up a gas can tied him to the unthinkable murder that tore a family apart.
And while Dad will always be in our memory and in our thoughts and in our hearts, we have laid him to rest and we can move on with the healing process.
Now, the Stewart family says there's more to this story that we don't know. I asked them to elaborate. They declined, but they do believe George is innocent and they plan to appeal. Reporting from Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, Lauren Podell, Local 4.